Hi, I'm Mike Galiga, and welcome to the very first edition of the Win Every Battle video newsletter. One of the things I said in the introductory part was what I do is adjust people. So for those that didn't see that somehow, I want to re-emphasize that. What I really do is use life-changing concepts, explain them very simply that anybody can understand and everybody can do, and I rotate your life, or allow you to rotate it, teach you how to rotate your life, where most people I know, whether they have a lot of money or they don't, their life, they'll tell me it's not working very well. It's not working the way they wanted it to. When they were little, when they thought about their future when they were young, it's not working out the way they wanted. And it is painful. And so that's the condition that most of us are in. They're pushing. Things aren't going together and they're painful. It hurts. What I teach is very simple concepts that you can integrate very quickly in your life and causes your life to rotate. And when it rotates, it slides together like gears in a transmission, and it feels really good. Life works. So that's what I do. I teach people how they can adjust themselves. One of the things that's cool about this is that some of these concepts first came to me when I was 5 years old. It's a really cool story. I want to tell you the story, but it wasn't released until July of 2008 when a supernatural event happened, and we'll tell you that in just a minute. But the story goes like this. I was in first grade at Alta Vista Elementary School in Phoenix, Arizona. Really nice school, and I lived about 20 minutes away. And we didn't go to church. I didn't know God. I had no idea who Jesus was. I didn't know God had many names. I knew nothing. But as I would walk to school, the presence of God, I just knew it was Him, and was around me. And my mother put me in first grade when I was 5. So I was the youngest and one of the smallest. I was very fast, but mentally I was not the sharpest pencil in the drawer. And I was really struggling, and it was very fearful for me. And so one day in the first grade, again I was 5, I was shooting marbles on a sidewalk with my buddies. In the day, that's what we did. You held your marbles in a sock and you shoot your steelies and cat eyes and boulders and everything else. Anyway, I was shooting marbles, and I stood up to look around, just like this. And poof, I was gone. It's like if you've ever had surgery and the anesthesiologist is looking at you and says count from 10 to 1, and you go 10, 9, 8, poof, black, you're gone. That's what happened. I was standing there, and poof, I was gone, and then poof, I was back. And I didn't know where I went. I had no idea. All I knew was that I was with God. I was with my Maker. He didn't tell me what happened, and I didn't ask. It's the best secret I ever kept. I didn't tell my parents, my sister, my brother, my teachers, my grandparents. I told no one. But my buddies and all the people around me, they had no idea I was gone. And I felt like I was gone about 7 or 8 minutes. I was probably gone much longer than that, but they didn't know I'd gone anywhere. But when I came back, poof, I was back, standing there. My buddies are all around me shooting marbles. I thought something that was about 50 years or so older than what I was. And I remember saying to myself, wow, I'm no better than any of my friends here, but I'm really different now, really different. I felt older, I felt stronger, I felt more secure, and I knew that I had gone somewhere and been with God. So one of the cool things about this story is that I'm not relying on the Bible. I do a lot. But in this happened. No one can change my mind. It happened. And the really cool thing about it is about every 6 months for 47 years, there would be an impression in me. And when I journal, it would come out, and a few times audibly. And remember, I'm a business guy. I'm not a preacher or prophet. I didn't go to seminary. I like all those people, but I didn't go there. But every 6 months, God would show up. And He would say just this, Mike, He always said my name, and He said, don't forget that day. So, and I knew exactly what He meant. It was instantaneous. And frankly, sometimes I would cry. Even as an adult, it was so moving. And sometimes I would just kind of salute Him and say, yes, sir. There's no way I could forget that day. And, that went on for decades, 47 years. And then one day, July of 2008, I was in my office by myself, and the presence of my Creator showed up in my office. I couldn't see it. I could feel it. It was thick, it was heavy, and it was serious as a heart attack. I got around my desk, went down on the floor, on my face with my arms out, and words came out of my mouth that I didn't even put there. And the words were, God, if you don't tell me what you landed on me, what you gave me that day when I was 5, I'm going to die on the carpet right now. And bam, instantly I hear this voice. It was audible, and it said, Mike, now you're ready, and so are they. And I thought, whoa. And so a few days later I was journaling, and I said, God, you know, I understand the me because I was there when I was 5. I know what happened. You did something huge to me. He landed a mantle of leadership. We all have it, but apparently I got an extra large dose for a mission, a specific mission to bring this series to you. Because I got to tell you, I didn't create any of this. I paid people to do what God told me on paper. And I've had professionals in Hollywood and other people tell me that the framework that this is built around, the shield, is the best of tens of thousands they have ever seen. They've never seen one like this. So, you know, that's not a world I lived in, but I'm in that world now, and it's nice to hear that sort of stuff. And would you expect anything less from your Creator than it would be the best? So I'm not taking credit for it. I'm just the messenger. So I said, God, what happened? What happened in July 2008? And he said, Mike, the heavenlies. Now this, I'm not going freaky weird on you here. Just hang with me. Hang with me. Okay? He said, the heavenlies have shifted. Hang with me. And the battle has expanded exponentially, and there's now no more middle ground. Okay? Remember, I'm a businessman. Look what's happened. I like to connect the dots. I like to triangulate and figure things out and check them. I want things that work, don't you? And one of the things I'm going to tell you later is if you don't pray, you should. If you're a businessman, a good one, or a businesswoman, a homemaker, whatever, are you tired of praying and nothing works? You don't feel like your prayers are answered? I promise you, I can fix that. That's one of the things that God has shown me. It's not weird either. It's perfectly normal. It's right out of the Bible, but you kind of had to put some things together to figure it out. I'm not the only one that knows it now. Other people this has been revealed to. But prayer by itself oftentimes isn't enough. It's wonderful, it's powerful, but it's not enough. And I'll show you that in a little bit, and we'll talk about that one. But so God released me. He put this mantle of leadership on me when I was 5, and then He released it when I was in my early 50s. And that was just a year and a half ago. But look what's happened since July of 2008. My gosh, you don't need a degree in economics or law or anything else to figure out what's happened. Our economy is now about $10 trillion more in debt. It would be utterly impossible. It is utterly impossible to ever pay those back. Any economist worth their salt, any national, international businessman worth their salt will tell you those cannot be repaid. I wish they could. I'm an American. I was born here. I love my country. They can't be repaid. So something's got to happen. But look what's happened. July 2008, that's when the proverbial poo-poo hit the fan. That's what happened. And what I will teach you is that, and hang with me here, this is important. You've got to get this. The supernatural controls the natural. It is a superior realm. Please get this. Any astrophysicist will tell you that there is a fourth dimension. This is not religion. This is science. There's a fourth dimension, and that whatever happens in the fourth dimension controls our 3 dimensions. And so what I'm going to teach you in all these video newsletters, and we'll be coming out with a Win Every Battle DVD series where you'll get all of those too, but there'll be lots more material on the video monthly newsletter, is that fourth dimension controls these. And I'm going to teach you right now a couple of concepts on how to move in the fourth dimension. As a businessman, a homemaker, or whatever you are, you might not even go to church. It doesn't bother me that you don't go to church. It bothers me that you don't know the one who created you and you don't understand these concepts which will radically change your life. That bothers me. And so we're going to fix that.